I have said multiple times on the channel and the blog that the Kawasaki Z900 is one of the best big bikes money can buy. And this time we are going to be talking about why it is considered that way. So in the world of performance machines, bikes are more affordable than cars and they provide more performance per dollar than anything on the planet. A 17 grand Kawasaki ZX 10R can keep up with a 500 grand Aventador SVJ in acceleration, top speed and around the track as well. Same is the case with the Kawasaki Z900. It's a street bike that has been created to be used as a daily rider. It can keep up with supercars and if ever needed can do some awesome track days as well. So starting from the design of the Z900, you can clearly see that it's very compact. For a bike with a 948cc engine, it's very impressive. The design is not too aggressive, but it's not boring as well. It's a perfect combination of beauty and aggression. The lines flow very smoothly from the front to the end and there are not any weird angles on the motorcycle that don't make sense. Everything is there for a purpose. Best part for me is the overall muscular looks that form when you take the whole bike into consideration. And due to that, it adds a bit of an intimidating look to the bike. We have all seen manufacturers who cut costs of making a vehicle by compromising on the quality. But not Kawasaki. They have given LED lighting on the bike all around. The seats have been made in a way to be as ergonomically suited to the rider and the pillion as possible. The price range in which the Z900 falls is a segment where manufacturers don't focus that much on the tech package of the bike except a few. Well, with the Z900, you get a TFT display screen that gives you the ability to toggle between your desired power modes and lets you control the traction to the level you want. It also comes with a Bluetooth connectivity feature. Now let me tell you a story of why and how the Z900 was created. So before the Z900 even existed, we had the Kawasaki Z800, a big street bike that was just 200 cc's shy away from being a liter class bike. It used to be a favorite among the enthusiasts and the riders because of its versatility and value for money. But it was quite a heavy bike. It still sold in good numbers. It had a production run of 4 years from 2013 to 2016. But it was still not a liter class bike. So Kawasaki thought of making a liter class street bike and they named it the Kawasaki Z1000. Finally, after years of Kawasaki making street bikes, here was the one that stood as the pinnacle of them all. But, it was not as great as we all thought it to be. Despite being a liter class street bike, it was the least powerful among all, and with a weight of 221 kgs, it was quite slow compared to the other street bikes of its time. After this, Kawasaki decided to take the best of the Z800 and the Z1000 and created a bike that became one of the most desired bikes among the enthusiasts, the Kawasaki Z900. It's not significantly small to be competing against the mid-segment of bikes, and it's not big enough to go against the big boys. So it has kind of created a segment of its own. The inline-4 engine of the Z900 is a result of the years of work that Kawasaki has put into making their bikes, the kind of engine which delivers performance to the best and is reliable as well. Being a bike that strikes the perfect balance between the Z800 and the Z1000, it's not as insanely heavy as its predecessors. It's 24 kgs lighter than the Z800 and 11 kgs lighter than the Z1000. Kawasaki saved weight by using a trellis frame on the Z900 and made the swing arm lighter to cut some more weight. Another interesting thing that I got to know about the Z900 is that the styling through which the Z900 has been designed is called the Z Sugumi styling, and it has some key elements. You can easily recognize if it's a Z bike if these elements are present on the bike. The elements are crouching stance, low positioned head and upswept tail. The Z800 and the Z1000 had these styling elements too. Having a fuel tank capacity of 17 liters and a mileage of about 15 to 18 kmpl, you get a range of about 300 kilometers, which means that the Z900 can be used for touring purposes as well. The assist and the slipper clutch on the Z900 will aid the driver in quick upshifts and downshifts. Even the tail light on the Z900 is in the pattern of the letter Z, in case you forget the model of the bike you are riding on. Previously, the instrument cluster on the Z900 was not that good, and for a bike in its segment, it did not suit it and looked kind of cheap. But now it looks like a proper modern day Kawasaki. Now if we talk about the competition that the Z900 has to face, it is in the form of one of the finest motorcycle manufacturers in the world, Triumph. The Triumph Street Triple is the only bike that I think can give a serious competition to the Z900. It has not got as much power and torque as the Z900, but the tech and quality on offer is top notch. For riders who are confused between these two bikes, should take a test ride, and anyways you can't go wrong with either one of them. Except that there is no other bike that can compete with the Z900 yet. Having a seat height of 790 mm means that the Z900 is welcoming to most of the riders. There are some awesome accessories available with the Z900 that intrigued me quite a lot. These accessories are only going to make the bike more desirable for the riders. The handling of the Z900 is one of the areas which Kawasaki thinks will attract the buyers, and the stock exhaust sounds great as well. So that is kind of a cherry on the top of the cake. Though you can go for aftermarket exhaust options if you want to. Kawasaki has found great success with the Z900 so far in India. Stopping the production of the Z800 and the Z1000 and creating the Z900 is one of the best decisions they have ever made. And if they continue upgrading the bike over the years, then I am sure the Z900 will become the king of this segment eventually. I aspire to own the Z900 one day myself, so let's see how that goes. So everyone, that will be all for this time. I trust you liked this one. If you did, then do share it with your friends and do consider subscribing to MOTORDRIFT for more such content in the future. Also, if you haven't joined in yet, then join in the MOTORDRIFT community by clicking the Discord link in the description below. We would love to have you as a part of it. Till then, ciao.